Hey my scrappy friends, I wanted to show you my 2017 December Daily album. I finally have it finished. I used the 2017 December Daily Ali Edwards album. As you can see, it's pretty full. I do have a couple of things in here that I need to switch out or add a couple of big pictures that I just haven't had printed off. I need to get some more ink again, go figure. December is that time of the year when you need to add more ink. And I just didn't get around to printing them off last month when I had ink, so yeah. But I thought I'd share with this with you anyway, because I was filming some other stuff and I thought this might give you guys some inspiration on how you can do this year's album. And so yeah, so if any of you guys don't know me, I'm Hannah. I am a mixed media lover, and but I also absolutely love December Daily. It's one of the albums that I look forward to doing every year. Last year my album did not get done because I had a lot of other stuff on my plate, but that's okay because I have the pictures and all that stuff. So but I was able to finish my 2017, and I'm super excited because the more you get done, the better it makes you feel about starting a new one, right? So here we go. So here is my like dashboard page. It has the numbers. I used some gold paint on them. I am not sure if this is shimmers or I have some other Galaxy Starry Tomboy watercolors, and these are amazing, so I may have used those on here because I think I got those that year. And then just some fun little shaker stuff going on, and then that's the Ali Edwards. I use a lot of Ali Edwards products in here, but I did add other stuff, so I never just stick to one thing. So I also printed this off before, and I added just little tabs with you know, washi tape so that it would stay sturdy. There is a piece of paper in there, like in through here too. And then this is Ali Edwards stuff. I did paint this. This might be Shimmers paint, but this was a thing from Larkin Designs. So Teresa, she had this template that you put into Photoshop, and so I used, this is not snow, this is, I live in Washington State, and where I live in Washington State on the western side, we don't usually get very much snow, so but it is ice and it does look like snow and it is really pretty, so why not add it? It was one of those really fun things that I could add. And then here is, you know, where you write down all the stuff. I probably have other stuff in here that I didn't write down, but that's, I never went back and redid it, and that's okay. So I have another little dashboard with these little things, because the things with the dates on them, I'm not going to be able to reuse. So I think I tried to use as many of those as I could. And this is just fun little star heart vellum, which I don't even remember when I got this. I do like to save a lot of my vellum for projects like this. So this was a paper that was, so this is mixed media paper, and then on it I printed off a design which looks like this. I'll show you what it looks like because I used it this year and I forgot that I used it that year. It looks like this, just this part. And that was from Larkin Designs. I was on her design team that year, like coming up into that year. So I don't know if this was just one of the things that I bought. I want to say I bought this and then she started her like selling stuff every month. But I thought it would be perfect to do mixed media on. So I did tons of mixed media on here and it says, "Let every heart prepare him room." Of course, it's like all crazy. But it wasn't supposed to be, you know, and then like on the page, I wrote a whole bunch of different like Christmassy things. And then, you know, added more mixed media to it. This was super, super fun to make. And it was one of the first things kind of getting me in the mood and preparing to do my December daily. And it was really fun to have like this page. It kind of like prepare him room, you know, prepare for the season. And it was just a fun little thing to start off and make, and it looks fun. So, and then on the other side, I also have another one of her printables from December, and it just like has this beautiful heart with all these flowers. And so I added these foam words that you could move, and then added some color cast stuff and some other stuff, and it says joy to the world, and then it has number 1. So in this album I did all my numbers, the cork numbers. I want to say these were from the Allie Edwards kit that year, and so I painted each of them different metallic colors. So, and then I backed them with like a tag label, a snowflake, and like some kind of round, like some different elements. So each day number has that in there. I only go to 25. I do not go past that. So, so let's go on. And I want to try to keep this like under an hour. So, so this was, like one of the first 2 days of December, and the mornings are, because it's chilly and cold, it's so pretty. So I used that and just a little thing, and I did write with like a gold pen on here, breathtaking, and then on here I just did a little bit of journaling. I do believe I have to go back and do some more journaling in here too, but that's okay. So for number 2, here's another card from Larkin Designs, and it had this like reef thing, so I just added some thread stuff, and then that flare and some sequins, and that was really like perfect for this card. I want to say this was just part of the December daily kit. I bought quite a bit of the December daily kit, so especially a lot of the beginning stuff has that in there. As I go on and I worked on it past the year, I used other stuff, but here's my number 2, and like I said, I did a lot of repeating things. I thought that it really helped carry it all the way through. I really enjoyed how those are, and if I had time to do something like this every year, that would be awesome, but they were a lot of work having to like punch out all those pieces and put them all together, but they look really awesome. So here's the black and white picture, and us just watching movies. So also we had some really pretty popcorn that I popped, and it has like this reddish tinge to it. So, and it looked really pretty in the bowl, so I made sure I took a picture, and then I just used a color cast piece that says remember, and that December daily, December moments piece. And then day 3 was getting our tree. So I have tons of pictures. These are with my DSLR. These pictures, not all of the pictures that I take are with my DSLR, but some of them are. So these ones turned out so good. It was like the perfect day to take really nice pictures. I mean, like all the details on these trees. It was super fun. This was our first time getting a real tree. We've always lived in places where either it was hard to get a real tree or just too expensive. So can you imagine that? And like in Hawaii, it's hard and expensive to get a real tree. So I used, this was from the December daily, and here's my number thing again. I used some twine. This was something I seen Shamel do like years and years ago. And then this transparency with the tree, and it was perfect because you can see the trees behind it. And then here's my kids smelling the tree, and used some little stuff. So just a little bit of details on here. And then here's, I journal about the tree, and this was when we cut it off, and you can see the little mushrooms in there. It's just like so cute. So, like some of these pictures. So we had a lot of pictures from getting the tree. I also used the Starbucks thing. I like to just add it in here. It's just a fun little element. And so this just has the tree lot in the scenery, and then my husband with the tree, trying to get the tree up. So just a fun little way to add some extra stuff with like some of the cards and stuff like that. Though this might be paper that I printed. I don't know, but I just added some layers and stuff. So I like to do that. I do like to add a lot of stuff. So that is one thing that makes this project really hard for me. And why it takes so long. But it always turns out really good. So here's another paper that is that same paper. And then the big photo. And then these were from the December Daily kit. And then, so some sequins. Because I can't help but use some sequins. Spiegel Mom Scrap that year, she had like a ton of cute sequins that really went with that. So here was the 4th. So we waited a day before we decorated the tree. I actually didn't do a 4, like a really, well, I did do a fancy 4, but here I also added a 4 because she has a number sheet too. So, and this was from crepe paper and then the traditions, and I used some washi tape and just collaged some photos of my kids and the dog because the dog is a kid. So this was when we first got our tree and we put it up. We let it sit. The kids actually named it Holly Jolly. So on the back of this, I used this story of today and I made sure I told that story that the kids named our tree Holly Jolly. So that was perfect. And then here is the cards. I think I might have to like fuse these in or something. But this was from Larkin Designs. And then I used some Shimmers paint on this wood piece from Allie. And then I just added some decorating stuff. And then this was from, and I did staple this in here. And then I fused the rest of those together in there. And it looks really cute with the trees and everything. I want to say I added a little bit of adhesive. So this was also other stuff that we did on the 4th. A lot of times I just kind of talk about what we did on that day, but I think this year I'm going to try to do some different stuff. So this was a Santa Claus 2. I just made sure I wrote what movie it was because you can kind of see it, but you can't. And with the tree, it just has the lights on it at that point, I think. More of those sequins. Those ones were really pretty. And then I did some media on this one and just kept that part kind of simple, but with the media, it looks really cute. And then this was a thing that I did. I want to say I did this for Spiegel Mom Scraps, but I'm not positive about that. And that is a stamp and then having the picture on the bottom half with the tree all ornamented. It was really pretty. And then here is just a smaller side view of the tree. So here's number 5. And this was a really simple day. So I just used this card from Larkin Designs, added this chipboard piece, and then my yogurt that looked all festive. And I thought that card went well with it. So, and then this day it was really cold, so I just went outside, you know, and put my coffee out there with all the ice and frost because it freezes a lot this time of the year here. So this was something I printed off. I don't even remember where I found these, but I used a couple of these tags, some site I found, stuff that you could use for your own personal use. I added ribbon to this card. So just kind of leaving some stuff. Here's a piece of specialty paper that had the gold words on it and just left the picture on there. We usually get a lot of fog, especially at the beginning of the month. So I wanted to make sure I took a picture of that. This is just a picture of me taking a picture of the ornament. So that was really fun. This was another one of those pieces from that same thing, but it kind of went with it. So some of the days I did try to keep it pretty simple. Here is a journaling card from December Daily. Here's the 7. We're watching While You Were Sleeping. I didn't put that on here. I should have though, because I might not remember. It'd be fun to do it in like black right here or something. But like I said, I did a lot of stuff with those numbers. I really liked how they turned out. So here's another foggy day with my tree that doesn't lose its leaves forever. I don't remember where that little tag is, but I just layered some stuff. This was Felicity Jane. And then here I did some kind of media and I took a picture of it, and so I thought it would be fun to add, just like I do like to add stuff that just normally has it. So like here, I noted that like this day we spent a lot of the day watching movies because my husband wasn't home. He was working overnight. So he is in the military. So there are some times where that makes things interesting. Here's another picture of like frost when it's cold. And so I use baby it's cold outside. And then adding just some layered stuff with that paper. This is paper that I printed out myself. And then some mittens and stuff. This was one of the days that we order a lot of stuff online. So we had packages and it rains, and so they put plastic over the packages, and especially in December because they know that it's Christmas gifts. So I don't know if I did journaling about that. I should have somewhere, and maybe that's something I can just like tuck in, like in here, so you can pull it out so you can see. But it's just fun to see this. This is our doormat. It looks a lot less nice now, but I was taking pictures on the floor of my first few pages that I did, and my cat's just sitting on there. So I found this silly elf, and that worked out really nice. This was another one of those printable things. I think this was a card that was in with the thing, and it said December Daily, and it had the date on it. And like I said, a lot of these things that have the date on it, I try to use just right away so that, you know, because you're not going to be able to use it again because it was for that year. So here's a card. I think this is another Larkin design, but I could be wrong. And I just used the same color on the stars. This was a Snapchat. I used a lot of Snapchat photos that year. And then, so this was one of the things that that year, so 2017, my kids were listening to a lot of Lindsey Stirling, so I made sure I added that. I feel like I had some kind of something, but I think it just sticks up like that. Because I want to say that I had a picture of, no, of her guitar somewhere. Oh, I do. So on the inside, so this flaps, it's kind of hard to see, but that's why I had this tabby thingy. And I do like to add these kind of elements. Maybe I should have added it so that it's on the inside so that you know that it flaps. So this is a picture of Lindsey Stirling. I just found it on the internet, but my son was like in love with that violin. He really wanted it. And then in here, I showed a picture, and it's not a very good picture. The color looks really funky. My printer must be, or it was the filter that I used. But my kids are all watching it, so we watched a lot of Lindsey Stirling that year. I feel like last year we didn't listen to as much of it. I think I'm gonna keep it like this so that you know it kind of flips out. I'm just worried that some of that tape is not that sticky. So this has this little fun little paper from Crepe Paper, but I used some of that heart and then put the layered, all that stuff. I love elements like this. These are like really fun that you can just, you know, layer a busy paper with some vellum on it and then put a tag and some other stuff, and there you go. So one of the things that I do to decorate is I add these little glittery snowflakes, and it's just fun, and it obviously was a sunny day, so the light turned out really nice. Here's my girls on the couch with the cat, and so here was another journaling, and I think I just talked about some of the stuff that we did that day or that weekend. Here's a picture from around where we live, so it was obviously a nice blue day. But the trees are always so pretty there. And then we had a lot of ice. So this leaf was in the ice and it looked really cool. So I made sure I got a big picture of that. I really like to add elements like this, just like a big picture, and just leave it, you know. I mean, there's not really much that I need to tell about it. So just having that impact. And then here is some journaling. And this was one of those cards that you could do morning, evening, and night. So you kind of can talk about those mundane days that you have where you have a lot of stuff, but it's not necessarily Christmassy. My daughter, she wanted me to take a picture with that's one of our stockings. She's silly. And then here's my drink that I put like nutmeg or something on. And then this has the card on here. So I want to say after this day, a lot of the stuff that I have on here is not just going to have December daily stuff. So here was a picture that I took of the ornaments before we had put them on the tree. So I just added them here. I kind of wanted to just talk about some of the ornaments and like how we do ornaments and stuff. Obviously, I didn't do journaling here. This was number 12. My daughter made a bracelet with the Captain Crunch Christmas kind. Here's another picture of me near the tree. I think this year I got a lot of pictures of my coffee or my drink near the tree. But it was just a really, the way the color looked was really cool. So using this was really nice. And just adding just that piece of like sticker or whatever to it. So this is, I don't remember what this paper is from. Authentique maybe? I don't know. Cartabella? It might be Cartabella. I got this year, so I don't know if it's new from this year or from last year. But, so I had this Mary, I think that was from Allie, and then the Christmas, and I layered some pretty ribbon and different stuff like that. So there's a little bit of media on there. And then I have this card that I made and just layered some stuff. It said home. And here's a picture. My daughter was doing some hand stitching. So I put that in there. And then this is in the evening. It's a really pretty night of a sunset. So just trying to make sure I get pictures of like things around us, but things that we're doing. We have a pretty quiet December for the most part because we homeschool. So it's not like things are super crazy. But here's a picture of me holding up my sequins, and I thought that looked really pretty, so I used that just kind of as filler because there are some days where we don't have a lot going on. Like here's a picture of another one of our ornaments, and that was with my nice camera, so it turned out really pretty. Here's me trying to get a good picture of the lights. So this year I had a really hard time because our walls were like a peach color and the lighting was horrible with the tree there. The year before we put the tree on the other side. So yeah, so this was one of the ornaments that we got with our tree. When we got our tree, they gave you an ornament of the stump. So that was really cool. Here's another picture. I want to say this is photoplay paper. And then I just added some other stuff. And then here's just us watching movies on the couch. My husband's playing his games and just doing some, you know, using some tabs and stuff just to make it interesting. Here is a picture of our wrapping paper from that year. So just really nice and fun. I really do like to get a picture of what the wrapping paper looked like before, because once at the end, you end up with we do end up using other wrapping paper or like odds and ends of other stuff because the kids each pick out their own. So I just took some of the wrapping paper that we use, like a little bit. Like these were full rolls and then the other ones. I don't have anything on this side. I don't know if I was going to add anything or not, but I also like to make sure that I add you know, what our temperature is at some point, usually either at the beginning or like different points. I like to add some different stuff. So I think I probably added this one because it said that we might get snow later on. And so this was another Larkin design, and just with the flare and the joy, and I thought that turned out really good. Because this was at night, I had gotten a lot of wrapping done, but it was in the evening, so I like to get a picture of a lot of our ornaments, of our stuff that we've actually done. Now, I could make this nice and I could have, you know, staged it better, but sometimes I just want it to be like, oh wait, no, we got that done at night. So here's another card that I just layered on top of this pattern, which was one of the ones that I printed out at home. And then I took a piece of pattern paper and then the tags that are all layered. Here's another one with the it ripped, and then this. So that year we had gotten some different like holiday flavor ice creams. So this one was really pretty. And the piece says December Joy. So it looked really pretty. And then there's No Place Like Home for the Holidays. And this is in our backyard. It's raining. It's one of the things that happens a lot in December, so I thought it would be fun to incorporate that. So here's a small picture. I got to remember to fuse this because I haven't, but I did this. And this was a printable paper, so I printed it and then used one of Allie's. She had these little like note card things that were like semicircles or something. And so I added it with that, and I thought that was a nice little fun filler card. And then the other side has another one of those smaller photos. And then I added the card on with it. So, like I said, I had a lot of pictures of my drinks or my cups near the tree. That was a theme that year. My kids playing games and looking at Lego stuff at the table, eating their dinner. And I didn't journal on there either. Here's another picture of Sam. I think this was one of the nights that he wasn't feeling that good. And we've had days where, you know, he has diabetes, so his blood sugar is funky. But I added some twine to that and the stuff. And there is a little, like half doily on the bottom. So it kind of worked really well. I wished my paper was the other way, so that the trees weren't, but that's okay. A picture of my husband and the dog sleeping on the bed. So, thought that was really fun. And I had a strip of paper that kind of sort of matched this a little bit, so it kind of helped. One of the nights we had it, a lot of the wind was blowing in, and so it was really cold and bundly, and the clouds looked really cool, the storm clouds. So I took a picture of that, and I just used that and a star, and that's it. So this is one of the pages that I have to reprint the picture because I did something. Oh, I was gonna move this a little bit, and the picture actually got ripped because it was on thinner paper. So it's my Starbucks cup. I always like to get a picture, and I was going to add the Celebrate to that. So that's why that's in there like that. And then I have a card here with some tags that I made that year. I believe I have a video of that, so I'll try to make sure I link to that. But I made these, and I think I was going to have the kids write something on the back of these, or like some of their favorites or something. I never did that, so it probably is not really irrelevant to do that now. So who knows, maybe these will end up in another album. Here's one of those tags that came in the December Daily Kit, and I used a color cast piece, and this is just a picture of it being really cold. It's kind of hard to see, and on purpose, because that's through my scrap room, and with the screen you can't see. But this one has some paper here, a wood grain that had some green in it, and then this red and white, and then I just used a strip of paper here and then a tag thingy with the number, and that's Sam again. Like I said, I think the day before he wasn't feeling that great, so he was probably starting to feel a little bit better, but he was still laying on the couch and all smiley because he's cute even when he doesn't feel good. So and then I have this card that was a printable, and I just added some of those label thingies for the date. We had dog sat for our friends. She has one dog, so that's her dog, Spirit, and the kids love it. So there's quite a bit of pictures. I tried to get, so my dog especially Kona. And this is before we had Kai. So Kona is really good at being able to sit and be posable. She just knows that mommy does that. But so I thought it was really funny that Spirit, he had this funny look on his face. So this picture is cut a little bit at the edges to fit on that tag. I don't know if you can see it, but I did cut like the edges so it doesn't run off the tag because the tag's on the other side. So, but I thought it was really funny because Kona she looks all cute and everything, and then Spirit was like, what is going on? So here's another picture. They were fighting over who was going to sit next to me. I say fighting. Spirit was growling and Kona was like, what? So you can see she's looking over at him, but I thought that was a really cute black and white picture. And that's one thing I do like to add is sometimes you get these low, like even this one, the lighting isn't really all that great. And like I said, our wall is peach. It's kind of hard to tell here, but it looks a weird yellow color and it makes everything else look yellow. So if you can do black and white, sometimes that helps with the quality. So here's another December Daily Allie Edwards card. And I just use that wreath with a joy in there and a dot, and there you go. And then there's Kona wanting something. She always wants something. And I did some faux stitching with a white pen. Here's another day where I added the temperature, but it was snowing, or it was supposed to be snowing, so I made sure I added that. And this was the card this is another one that I ripped some of it and just added some stuff. I really liked the way that looked. Here's some leaves on the ground. There's a little bit of frost. It's kind of hard to see, but I kind of like pictures like this because this is what the ground looks like here. And I don't try to make it seem like there's a lot of stuff. I added this bag. I don't have anything in it, but it just looks pretty. So here is another. This is one of the 6x8s that was in the December Daily. And then I added this picture of black and white. I was working on a process video and stuff with my cup. So I thought that looked really pretty. And with that red tag, it matches there and it just looks so stunning. Here's another one of those tags. I added another picture to it. I did not add anything else though. I feel like it could use some words or something, but there's Kona. She's just sitting there looking all pretty. So this was on Christmas Eve, I think. What day are we on? 23? So maybe it's not on Christmas Eve, but it's getting close to Christmas Eve because we're getting all the presents out. So this is a picture of all the presents. We keep them in our room, wrapped as much as possible. And so here's another one of the December Daily cards. I love that red. And it looks really sharp with this picture because that day it snowed outside. So actually this was from Christmas morning, but I put it here. But I thought it looked really nice with all these red elements and stuff. So this is some vellum, and the one side has this wood piece, but then on the back I put that Believe, and it just looks really stunning with the red. So I took the dogs out for a photo shoot on Christmas because there was snow, and my friend sent her dog the Santa suit and he did not like it, but I got some really cute pictures. That was one of them. And he didn't like the snow, but he sat there enough so that I could get some really pretty pictures. I love the way that it looks with all that white, and because he's white. Here's another spot for journaling, which I haven't done. I took this house paper and then added a tag and some stuff. So I really like having all that layered. I really love that. I know I'm going to say that probably another 2 more times. Here's when it started to snow. So I kind of got the progression. It started to snow just a little. Usually this is what we get when they say it's going to snow. And so at some point I went outside. It probably was around this time and got it, or this might have been the day before. This is how much snow we had. And so I took a frame and just used part of the frame like wonky, and then I layered it with this snowman sticker and the pink, and I thought that looked really nice, the red and the pink with the green and the white. So, and then I left this, and this was Christmas Eve. So a friend of ours came over. I don't know if we had the picture of him, but a friend that I knew growing up from the military, and he took this picture of all of us. I put it in black and white because the color did not look that great, so I thought it looked better in black and white. Then for dinner, we went to our favorite pizza place, and the kids got dough, and they told them to make like Christmassy type. So this is supposed to be a snowman, though it does kind of look like Yoda. And then on Christmas Eve night, the kids get to open up their one of their gifts. So they were each opening up the gift, and of course the dog has to see what they're doing. And then from Christmas, so this is Christmas in the morning. So I took these pictures before the kids all got out. So this is what the snow looked like. I just added a heart to it. And then here's another one. So you can see we got a good amount. That's from our going down the steps, our little porch roof. And then this says home for the holidays. I really liked the way that looked. And then there's this green paper. It's like a teal green that from Larkin Designs. And then I added this black and white. This was when the kids got up on Christmas morning. They had to go and look at the snow out the front door. So I don't have a picture here. I think there was a picture that I was going to add or something, but that's the Merry Christmas. I did this, and I did some media on it, and it's just, this one, I like how it turned out. So the other one, I just added some pictures from Christmas morning. We brushed Lonnie's hair before we did stuff, and there's Spirit laying, and then there's a picture not in black and white. And then this is just from Christmas. So I just took the 25. I didn't do a really big 25. I used the same number, but just encased it in here. And that was from Larkin Designs. And then there's Kona outside from the photo shoot, and there's Sam playing with one of his gifts. And I took that in black and white because it looked better. And then I just have this blank. I don't know what I was gonna do in here. I think at this point I was almost done, and so I kind of forgot. This was one of the tags that I made, and it turned out so cute. So I also have some pictures because the kids got bikes this year, and so on the inside of the tag I just made a pocket, and then I did like a film strip with the kids on their bikes. I have a layout with this, so I didn't need like a lot of pictures. And then I have each of them playing with their gifts. So Sam, it has on his bike. I think I had another picture that I wanted to add here, that because I do have some nicer pictures that I somehow didn't have with me. And there's Lonnie playing with her gifts. So I also had one of the pockets with the kids' Christmas lists, and I have one Christmas card. I know I have more Christmas cards. I just didn't put them in here. So that is my album. Lots of little things. I will try to make sure in the comment section that I link to all the videos in which I have made pieces of these and put online so that you guys can go back and look and see how I did it if you're looking for more inspiration, because I spent a lot of time working on this, and I like how it turned out. I mean, I'm needing to add just a couple more pictures. I think I needed to add one picture of the tree with everything underneath it. So I usually like to do that, or a picture of all the kids underneath, like near the tree from Christmas. But some of my pictures that I had from my phone weren't really that great. So, and a lot of them are on other places, so on my camera or on my external and stuff. So anyway, or on my computer in a different area from the nicer photos. That's my album. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I will try to share with you guys the process that I'm doing, all of my stuff for this year, for 2019. And if I do any of 2018, I'll make sure that I link stuff like that. I also have some playlists. I don't know how long they'll be there because of all the COPA laws and everything. If my channel may have some differences next year just because I don't monetize, or my channel does not get monetized anyway, but we'll just take that when it comes. So hopefully my playlists stay, because I would love that, because I have all my December dailies each in different playlists, so you can definitely go through and watch my playlist. So I'll see you guys later. I hope you have a great December, and I hope you guys are inspired to document your December. Bye.